Hello there! This is Never Seen It. It's a podcast about movies that we haven't seen. My name is Trent. I'm here with my lovely companion, Betsy.
That's me!
She's also my wife.
That's me!
Today, we're going back to the 80s.
Back.
We just did an 80s movie. We're staying there and watching a very, very different kind of movie.
What are we watching, Trent?
Today, we're watching RoboCop.
That's true!
And Betsy, neither of us have seen RoboCop.
Somehow we have made it in the almost 40 years this movie has been around.
Yeah.
And neither of us has watched this movie.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure how that came to pass, especially seeing I at least used to, if not still currently, own a copy of this movie.
What?
I was given this movie when I was, I think, in college. It was during a time where my siblings and I've mentioned this, I have 5 siblings. We were still buying Christmas gifts for everybody in the family. And that got to be a lot of gifts for a lot of people. And so
Which is to say, you have to go through the bargain bin
basically,
and find,
yes.
Hey, here's a $2 copy.
There was a lot of bargain shopping that went on. And one year, I think it was one of my brothers, gave me RoboCop on DVD. And I've never watched it. Sorry to whichever of you gifted it to me.
Yeah.
It's not that it wasn't appreciated, but because I had never seen it, I just never watched it.
Yeah. And yeah, I again, also have not seen this movie. It's not for any particular reason.
Yeah.
I know of people who like this movie very ironically.
Okay.
In that they saw it when they were children. Who should not have seen this movie as children. To my understanding, RoboCop is one of those movies from the 80s that is like ultra violent.
For the time.
Yeah, I guess. They still probably make toys of RoboCop.
Probably.
And I know they did back then.
Probably.
That there were a lot of rated R movies.
Is this rated R?
Oh, yeah.
This is a hard R movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. They made a lot of toys for rated R movies back in the 80s and the 90s, I think.
Yeah, probably.
I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I know. Yeah, it's just one of those things that why the hell are parents taking their children to a movie like this? Why are they showing it to them?
It's like when people were taking their kids to Deadpool. It's like, did you not understand? Did you not watch the trailer?
Yeah, when Betsy and I went to Deadpool in the theater,
there were kids.
There were kids right in front of us, probably 8 years old maybe.
Yeah.
I understand it's kind of a cheeky thing, but they're not going to understand half of the jokes anyway.
No.
And the rest of it is just hyper violent.
Yeah. So we'll see how RoboCop stacks up in that regard, because I think that was sort of a cliche thing to do in the 80s. Action movies. People loved action movies. And they didn't care how violent or hyper violent or real or fake.
The 80s were chock-a-block full of movies like this.
Yeah. So I think that's why it's had a shelf life, why it's been something that people go back to.
Sure.
Because...
And there have been like 2 or 3 sequels.
Are there really?
Oh, yeah.
I know so little about this movie.
Okay, let's get into that. What do you know about RoboCop?
Well, if I'm making an educated guess,
Yes.
I'm going to guess he is a robot who is also a cop.
What?
So my assumption is he's a normal human man who gets injured and they replace his body parts with robotic parts.
Yes.
And he becomes RoboCop.
Yes, I'm going to agree with you and say that is exactly what happens.
So... That's my guess about the premise. And then because he's basically been gifted superpowers, as it were, he can like shoot people and beat people up and smash heads, and it's really violent and awful. I'm hopeful that the actual vibe of this movie is so ridiculous that I love it. We'll see.
Okay.
I'm a little scared that this is going to be so self-serious that I'm going to hate every minute of this.
I have a feeling you're right. Do you know where this is set?
Planet Earth.
Correct. Can you narrow it down?
Is it in Los Angeles?
No, it is actually in like the far-flung future Detroit.
Detroit?
Yeah. It is like run down, like it's what people say Detroit is without ever seeing Detroit.
Okay. So someone who's never been to Detroit writing a movie about Detroit.
Yeah, it's a crime-ridden cesspool. There's a murder on every street corner. That kind of a thing. Like drug dealers everywhere. That's what the people who don't know anything about what they're talking about describe Detroit as.
Whatever. We were at the airport. That was a beautiful airport. It's huge. My God.
when we had a layover in Detroit on our way to D.C. for our honeymoon, I think it was.
Or on the way back or something.
It was on the way there. And we decided, you know what? Let's support the good people of Michigan and spend some money in the airport. That's the only way we could have done anything for the good people there.
Yeah, it was just a connecting flight. But,
yeah.
Okay, so it's in Detroit.
Yeah.
I don't have a clue who's in this. I couldn't name one actor.
It is a lot of unknowns. There are going to be some people you recognize.
Probably.
But not like big name actors.
Those character actors that show up in everything, especially in the 80s.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah. What do you know apart from what I've just mentioned?
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
I've heard, I don't want to mix up what I've heard about this movie and the sequels.
Okay.
Because I know somewhere in the sequels, I think there's like a drug thing. There's like a fake fictional drug that RoboCop is going around trying to solve the problem.
Okay.
But from this, I think it's just a bunch of gang violence. I think, it's probably some corrupt cops.
He's laying down the law as a cop and a robot.
Right, and I think, if what I think is correct, he is injured on the job, like you said. I don't know how they get him into whatever this program is, but I don't think he spends a whole lot of the movie as RoboCop.
Really?
I think that's true.
Like more of the movie is just him as a normal average guy?
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be boring, but we'll see.
Yeah. He's got to have his character development. You got to introduce the dude.
Just hit him with a bus and turn him into a robot.
What would be more interesting? Him being a dude and then turned into RoboCop, or the movie just starting with a dude who is a robot cop?
I guess
like it's the most normal thing in the world.
I guess it depends how hard you lean into that concept and what the world around him looks like.
Right.
If it was like the 1920s.
If there were more of them.
If it was like the 1920s.
Oh, some kind of, or like the 1800s, like a steampunk.
I want to watch Steampunk RoboCop.
Steampunk Bobby.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. There's been stranger movies, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
And this is such a thing they would put together in the 80s. What if we made a cop who's also a robot?
Where all of the cocaine in the world was taken in the production of this movie, I have to imagine.
We'll see. Let's go find out.
But yeah, let's go watch RoboCop, Betsy. We'll be right back. So that was RoboCop, Betsy. That was a whole thing.
What the hell did we just watch? That was... Oh my God.
I can see why people like this movie.
That was so 80s.
Oh yeah.
Everything about it was very 80s. And I was looking at the budget for this film, and it was very big. And then I look at the production value, and it's not.
But for the 80s?
For the 80s?
Uh-huh.
I mean, some of these effects would be very expensive. Mm-hmm. So, okay.
Yeah.
You weren't wrong. This was hyper violent at times.
Yep.
It was ridiculous and cheesy at other times.
Yep.
And there was a lot of swings. So I think this movie definitely...
It lived up to the hype for me. Totally.
I don't think I ever need to watch this again.
Oh my God. I can see how this is just one of the classic 80s action movies.
Okay.
And I'm not one to watch a lot of 80s action movies.
No.
Eventually we'll get to some more of them.
Kind of seems like it.
But this one, holy shit.
Like, we
Paul Verhoeven, you magnificent bastard.
We don't watch cheesy action movies.
No.
And so this meets that expectation and more.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is my thing. There were moments I enjoyed it immensely because it was so fucking stupid.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I don't think it was done with a knowing eye. I don't think any of the cheese was intentional. That's the beauty of it.
No, for the 80s, this was like fucking top of the line shit. Yeah,
this is like a fucking Terminator knockoff.
Yeah.
Think about it. Terminator came out in 84.
This is also around the time of Die Hard.
Yeah.
So this was a big thing in the 80s to make cops and action movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's all of that put into one thing.
Yep. Yes, it is. And it is RoboCop. A movie that we just watched together.
And let's just get into it.
I have several notes.
Yeah. So it just hits you right in the face. First thing after the Orion logo. Remember Orion?
Vaguely, yes.
Yeah. Hit you right in the face. Big, bold, capital letters, RoboCop.
Yep. No title credits.
No title sequence.
Nope.
Nothing. Just the fucking title. That's all you need to know.
In silver metal letters.
Yeah. That's all you need to know.
Yep. And then we go into a news report featuring Lisa Gibbons.
Yeah.
Did you recognize her at all? Because I was like, wait a second, I know this woman.
I don't think so.
She was on like fucking Access Hollywood or one of those shows in the 90s and the 2000s.
Okay.
So this is her thing. She does like newscasting, if you want to be generous and call it that.
Yeah.
So when she's making a delivery like
She'd be like Mary Hart.
Yeah, exactly. But it wasn't Entertainment Tonight. It was one of those other ones, I think.
I know what you're talking about.
But point being, I was like, I know this woman. Why do I know this woman? It's fucking Lisa Gibbons. Why is Lisa?
I know the name for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because we all grew up in some capacity knowing all the names of those people.
Mary Hart, South
Pat
Dakota
O'Brien, native. Also a South Dakota native.
Pat O'Brien and Mary Hart.
Yeah. But those people, we were well versed in them. Like Maria Menounos, she's kind of the same thing. And we know her from going to the movie theater, but she was on
one of those other shows. Yeah.
So they start the movie with this newscast where they basically give you some of the exposition. So a corporate company is getting involved with the police and trying to make it a safer city without using cops.
Omni Consumer Products.
Yes.
OCP.
OCP.
You down with OCP?
No.
Yeah, you know me. So we're getting right into it. Hey, have you heard about a story about corrupt corporations?
Right. And it's expensive to have cops, and the cops are dying. Our asses are getting
corporations
kicked.
just do things so much better, guys. Just privatize everything.
That's right.
And put a man by the name of Dick Jones at the top.
That's right.
Jones.
This was clearly written by men who know lots of names, like Dick and Bob
and Murphy
and Murphy.
No
first name Murphy.
He does not have a first name in this entire film.
He doesn't need one.
He's not credited with a first name.
He is RoboCop.
He's just Murphy.
Yep.
So we get the newscast at the beginning with a lovely set of ads.
These were interspersed throughout the whole movie.
I love when shows and movies like this make a universe outside of the main story.
Within the story.
It's giving you a little bit of flavor.
Where you live.
Of what's going on in this world.
Yep.
Like, we got the ad about, hey, here's an artificial heart made by Yamaha. Designer.
Yep.
Yep. No?
There's a game.
It comes with the health tax credit or some shit.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Order them today, Betsy.
Yep.
Get your Yamaha heart. And then throughout the rest of the movie, we get updated newscasts about what's going on in the news. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a space laser that malfunctioned and killed 2 former presidents.
And set California on fire.
And on to the news. On to other news. What the fuck? I love that.
And then there's just an ad for a car and an ad for a nuclear attack game.
Right. Like, Nukem.
What the fuck?
Nukem. It's like Battleship, but it's Nukem.
But that's the thing. That stuff was so cheesy and clearly meant to be funny.
Sure.
So,
but they played it so straight-faced. It was
But that's what
perfect.
I'm saying. Is it supposed to be funny or is it supposed to be serious?
Does it matter?
You're
laughing at it. It matters.
Oh god, it was weird. Like, it was perfect, but it was weird. And the whole time, you know what I kept thinking about? Fucking Kung Fury.
Yeah.
This is the movie.
Uh-huh.
And many others like it that inspired Kung Fury.
100%.
Yep. He's a cop who gets bitten by a cobra and struck by lightning at the same time. He becomes Kung Fury.
Uh-huh.
It's that shit. He's got a tragic backstory and then he becomes a very serious hero. And the whole time he's making his delivery, he's talking very... Like, it's that. It's the same thing with RoboCop.
Yeah.
He's just like, I am a robot. I'm going to talk like this because that is
But by the end of the movie, he doesn't do that anymore.
No, because he becomes more human when he takes off his robot helmet.
That's right. And he smiles.
Oh my god, we're getting way ahead of ourselves. There's so much to digest.
Oh my god, this fucking movie.
You know, it was also interesting that they kind of, in those news segments, they touched on actual things too. So, like, they basically touched on apartheid at the very first scene. Yep. Because it's 1987, and they talk about South Africa and the white cops or whatever.
Yeah, the white leaders of this city-state acquiring a nuke from France.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just kind of gloss over it. Now, they're basically setting up that the world is in peril.
The world is fucked.
Yeah.
In this
so
world.
All the places they're talking about have messed up things. Yeah. But it was just interesting that the very first thing they talk about is apartheid in South Africa. They didn't say the word, but that's what it was.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, God. So then, you know, the first scene we are set up with our bad guys. And who's the main bad guy but the guy who plays Red from That 70s Show?
Of course.
The dad.
Of course.
He's got, he had a pretty big career in the 80s. I've seen him in other 80s movies.
But the thing that he is most known for is that show.
Yeah. For our generation, certainly.
Totally.
I guarantee there were people who started watching that show and were like, it's the guy from RoboCop. But I didn't know that at the time. I learned that today.
Yeah, there's only a few people that I recognize in this entire movie.
And they're, like you said, the character actors who've been in everything. So the other 2 guys on his crew were people I recognize. I don't know the actors' names, but the guy who was the getaway driver, who was kind of balding, he was on ER.
Yep.
So he was kind of a dick. He was this asshole doctor who thought he was hot shit. And I have been traumatized by this because that man has a story arc where he is next to a helicopter and his arm gets chopped off.
Oh.
This happened on TV.
Great.
My voice just cracked. I was so traumatized.
And the other guy is Ray Wise.
Ray Wise, who we know from Good Night and Good Luck. Yep. And he also was on a TV show, I think Kevin Smith produced it, in which he played the devil.
All right.
I actually watched that show, and it was pretty funny. I don't remember the name of it, though. But that was the first thing I saw him on, was that TV show where he played the devil.
Yeah.
That was kind of the extent of it. As far as there was one more guy. So the Bob, the VP dude who like runs the RoboCop program.
Yeah.
So you recognized him from some other movies.
He's been in a few.
He's much younger here. That is Miguel Ferrer. Miguel Ferrer's mom is Rosemary Clooney.
Oh.
That is George Clooney's first cousin.
All right, sure.
Fun fact. So yeah, I learned that much later, but he's another guy who had a huge career in like the 80s and 90s, usually playing a cop or a tough guy.
Sure.
Something like that. He never made it quite as successful as his very well-known cousin.
Sure.
And his very well-known mother.
Right.
But he had a good career. So yeah, very few people that I recognize. Just kind of those people that pop up here and there. I thought I knew his partner, but I think she just looked like somebody else. The only thing she's really done is RoboCop movies.
Right, and she is her look is just kind of a generic 80s lady.
Sort of cute, feathered hair.
Yeah, short hair. Yeah.
Yeah. That's Jim Brewer's cousin.
Fine.
I was just looking her up because I was convinced I knew who she was, and I was like, is she at least related to somebody? She looks so familiar. And I went all the way through the trivia and stuff, and what I found out was, no, I have no idea who she is, but she is Jim Brewer's cousin.
All right.
But you know who that is, so there you go.
All right. So yeah, we got, there was a scene in the boardroom. The first boardroom scene.
Yeah.
Them going through, hey, we got these two things, and we're a business, and we're now that we have control over the police, this is how we're going to do things.
Let's roll out our big plan.
Be more efficient and make money.
Yep.
Okay. Well, Mr. Dick Jones.
Yep.
Rolls out Ed 209.
Ed 209.
Have you heard the term Ed 209 before?
No.
I have.
Okay.
And in what context, I don't remember, but I remember Ed 209 being this reference to something that is like clumsy and stupid.
I wonder why, Trent.
Yeah.
Because I also just watched this movie and saw what happened with Ed 209.
Yeah. So Ed 209 just comes right out the gate being not a very good robot, but very...
You mean a stop-motion animation robot?
Stop-motion animated stuff needs to come back in a big way, especially in live-action films.
Oh my god. So this was something that bothered me about this. This movie was made in 1987. This is a full, 7 years after Empire Strikes Back?
Yeah. Which
uses a ton of stop-motion animation.
Yep.
And does it quite well.
Yep.
And
but that's a lot of miniatures.
I guess, but you don't think they did this in miniature?
So they're doing it in that room.
But it's fake as hell, you can tell.
I know, of course it is. But it's harder to get that scale.
I guess.
In a small room like that. When you're looking at Empire Strikes Back, like look at the fucking Tauntauns, that's in the distance. You're not seeing them up close. Okay.
But the way they move.
Yeah.
Lucasfilm does it more superiorly.
Oh yeah. That looked horrible.
It looked really bad. And even stuff from 50 years before this looked better than this.
Oh yeah.
This was done on a budget. They did not spend the money on the stop motion.
I wonder what they really blew their money on.
Explosive blood packets.
I guess.
The robot costume. I don't fucking know.
The robot costume looked bad. Like, it looked like fucking the pieces of plastic.
It was pieces of plastic.
I know. They could have made it look more expensive, but they didn't.
That's why I'm always curious. It's like, this was honestly probably considered a low-budget movie.
It looks like it.
It had a ton of money, but we have to translate that into the 80s times.
Sure.
And frankly, even with a ton of money, it was probably still not a lot of money.
Yeah, because you're going to throw a bunch of money to an unknown dude. Like, right. Paul Verhoeven did nothing before RoboCop. This put him on the map.
Yeah, and then we'll talk about him in a minute, but he's made some movies you may have heard of.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so yes, so Ed 209 comes into the boardroom and he demonstrates his skills by murdering a board member.
Like a lot.
When you said it was going to be violent, he shot that man like 50 times and it was exploding off of him.
Betsy, get a paramedic.
He was dead, Trent.
He was very dead.
He was very dead.
What I wrote down was, that man died a lot.
He did. He died so very much.
Also, Ed 209 growls like a lion.
Of course he does. He's got to be, scare tactics.
Yep.
If it doesn't work to get you to put your gun down by asking politely.
You have 20 seconds to comply.
He growls at you and then shoots you.
A lot.
A lot. Get dead.
Yep.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
But yeah, after the boardroom is where we have the scene with Murphy and his partner. I don't remember her name.
Wilson or something?
Sure, Wilson. Why not?
I don't fucking know.
The partner. So he gets shot a lot.
So yeah, they go in this high-speed chase.
Which, by the way...
let's back up. So, okay.
All right, fine.
So he's on his first day on the job in his new precinct. And he is handed...
new precinct, he's been a cop in a different district.
But they've moved him around. He's going to be in this district.
Yep.
And his first day, there were boobs. Did you notice the boobs?
Yep.
They just threw some gratuitous boob action in there.
It's a co-ed locker room.
Yeah, co-ed locker room. There's some boobs. First, 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Casual boobs.
So they go out on patrol, as cops do. They're drinking coffee. They get a call. There's a crime in progress. Mm-hmm. They throw their coffee on the ground because littering is fun. And then they are in a pursuit of these bank robbers.
Bank robbers, yes.
And they're the only cops. And
2 cops going after bank robbers.
Who they know are armed.
Who immediately open fire on the cops.
Yes. And they were told this is an armed robbery.
You know it's bad when the bad guys just open fire on the cops immediately.
Kick the doors open and start blasting their guns.
Yeah.
So they chase them down into a warehouse where they know they are armed. They just went through this. And there is no backup.
And you know that there are 4 or 5 of them.
Right. And they know there's no backup coming because they said, where's that backup? Oh, there's no backup coming.
Right.
It'll be 10 minutes.
For another few minutes.
And they make the decision to go in the building. What the fuck?
They also split up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they split up. They maybe could have taken them as a duo.
Yeah. Your call, partner. What do you want to do? Let's go for it. You're fucking stupid. You were both terrible cops. There, I said it. Terrible cops. And his partner immediately falls for a stupid trick.
Yep.
And gets her ass thrown over a railing, but she survives.
Yep. Sure.
And he does not. I'm sorry.
No.
His hand is blown off. Then his arm is blown off. And then he is shot in the chest and left standing, but he's been shot 25 times. And then he's shot in the head.
But he's still alive. Yep.
Oh, Trent. No.
There are a lot of people who get shot in this movie and live.
So many bullets
At the end, his partner gets shot 5 times and lives.
Yeah, she's in bad shape, but she's
in bad
alive.
shape, Murphy.
Oh my God, Trent.
Yeah.
He was fucked up.
It doesn't
real bad.
Violent does not even begin to describe what happens to that man.
No. First, he's kind of tortured by getting his hand shot off.
Yep.
And then they just let loose with the bullets.
Uh-huh.
And he's not knocked down. He's still standing.
He's still on his knees.
Not even on his knees. He's standing up.
He's standing? Okay. Uh-huh.
So he's legally dead, and they turn him into RoboCop.
Yeah, so he goes through surgery. Him being awake and alive for all of the surgery. Them trying to revive him, apparently, because they show the shot from his eye line.
Right. There was a lot of that in this movie. That was one thing I noticed. So that kind of point of view, that sort of angled up, wide angle lens kind of shot, that's very big from the 80s. Mm-hmm. That's where I started seeing that shot, and they've improved it now. It's still something people do, but it looks better. This is really angled and dramatic.
Right. It's a fisheye. It's a fisheye kind of a lens.
Yeah, it's more wide angle, and it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And things that are smaller appear bigger. And
right, and when he's starting off as being RoboCop, all the people getting into his face, talking to him directly,
leaning
like
in.
It's very, very close to
We're all in a Beastie Boys music video.
Yeah, that's the middle of the movie. But yeah, he's alive for all of that, and then he's RoboCop, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he has 3 directives, except a 4th, which is secret.
Classified. We don't know that one. So then we get a sequence of RoboCop just going around the city.
In his Taurus.
I guess stopping crimes?
In his Ford Taurus.
In his Ford Taurus, obviously. What else do you have in Detroit? Old Detroit. Fords.
Fair.
Old Fords.
I would have to go through this movie, but I assume that this movie is full of Fords.
I'm sure. It's Detroit, Betsy.
It's Detroit.
But yeah, we get a montage of him just going around and not preventing crimes, interrupting crimes in progress.
And fucking up criminals.
And shooting a guy in the dick.
He did do that. And he threw a guy out a window. And he threw a guy into a glass case.
Yep.
And he pulled a guy through a wall.
Yep.
Those are all real things he did in the name of protecting other life and the law.
Protect the innocent.
That's right.
Uphold the law.
Yeah. He didn't just shoot that guy in the dick, though. He shot him through a woman's legs.
Through the woman's legs, through her skirt, into his
dick. That's
precision.
Yeah. Yes.
He had it coming.
He did that.
He had it coming.
Yeah. I also loved when they had the hostage situation and the demands of the hostage.
Oh, yeah.
He was, or the, what do you call it? The hostage.
The hostage taker?
The hostage taker,
Yeah.
whatever. The guy making
the
demands.
Suspect.
The suspect. And he wanted a specific
I
car.
I want a recount of the election.
I want my old job back.
My old job back. I want a new office. I want a new car, and I want the city to all pay for it.
Yep, but specifically he wants a car that gets terrible gas mileage.
I want that, I don't remember the name of it, but it's the SUX.
The 6000 SUX.
The sucks.
Yes.
Like the Sioux City Airport, SUX. Sucks.
Gets 8.2 miles to the gallon.
Yeah, baby.
Like that whole scene, like that's supposed to be funny,
does it
right?
come with cruise control?
And then he gets mad when he's like pandering to him, like, sure, we'll even get you like a convertible top. Yeah. Don't fuck with me, man. Like, it just was weird, tonally very weird. And again, it's probably very intentional.
Yeah,
but there's so many movies like this where it's not, that it gets hard to tell. Like, are you being serious or is this terrible and you know it's terrible? Those are the best
ones.
Sometimes I just sit and wonder, wait, are you being serious right now or are you being ridiculous right now?
Those are the ones where I have to stop thinking about that and just enjoy it. Just go for the ride.
I guess.
I went for the ride with this one.
All right,
I stopped questioning it very early on.
Right. And then, of course, about in the middle of the movie, he basically starts remembering that he's human.
Well, he has a dream.
He has a dream.
He has a dream
flashback.
Dreams and flashbacks to him getting murdered and of his family.
Yep.
I think there was even a scene of him leaving for work that morning. Yep. And his family is like waving goodbye.
At the end of the cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very nice part of old Detroit, by the way, where he was living.
So very
Because the rest of the city kind of shitty.
And then when he finds out what happens to his wife, oh, she just moved on.
Right.
She moved on.
Right. It's really not that long ago.
No.
You know, he dies, he goes into surgery, they put him in the RoboCop thing. How long is that? Couple of months, maybe?
Right.
Okay.
Oh my God. It was, yeah. She's a nameless wife, and he has a nameless son.
Yep.
And he dies in this horrible, tragic way. They don't get a funeral, mind you, unless they faked a funeral. And then his wife moves on, because she's clearly got closure.
Uh-huh.
Whatever.
It's not that kind of a movie, Betsy.
I know. But one of the things I noticed when he was having his dream, there were a couple of techs sitting there talking, and they were eating McDonald's.
Yeah.
And they had the super old 80s
the styrofoam
containers.
Uh-huh.
I hadn't seen those in years. Oh my God. That was a throwback.
Oh boy.
Okay, what else?
So yeah, he wakes up and then he realizes that he wants revenge.
Yep, and he figures out who these guys are.
Yeah, he goes out trolling for one of the guys. He finds one at the gas station.
By happenstance?
I guess. This guy is hassling the gas station attendant who is reading a...
geometry book, I think?
Plane geometry.
Yeah.
Plane geometry book. And he's saying, like, are you smarter than a bullet, man?
You want to find out?
You want to find out? Come on.
Yep.
And then we have a big explosion.
There were lots of big explosions in this movie. Maybe that's what they blew their budget on, was big goddamn explosions.
Yeah. Maybe they couldn't really do it all that well back in the 80s and they had to blow a bunch of money on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there was no special effects to include explosions. You just had to blow shit up.
Pretty much.
Tough guys walk away from explosions, Trent.
No, the toughest guys are in explosions and walk out of explosions.
That's right.
That's
the robot man was on fire.
And
he just walked away.
He wasn't on fire. He was in the fire.
Okay, he was in the fire.
Yes.
Fine.
Yes. But yeah.
But he identifies this hoodlum, and then he uploads himself to the database and figures out who he really is.
Who who his known accomplices are. So he goes out and finds one of his accomplices at the 80s club.
Yep.
Sexy
80s club.
I wanted that club to be more weird.
It was like one room. Like, they didn't have the budget to film in an actual club, so they used the same space. It kind of looked like it could have been the upstairs to the apartment where our friend Bob dies later.
Okay.
It kind of looked like the same space, but just a different angle.
It could be.
And that's how they filmed this shit. They probably did use the same space, let's be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, he hunts all these people down. Meanwhile, we find out that Dick is working with the bad guys.
What?
And he's got to take out his shitty little competition Bob, who was just kind of an asshole to him. Like, he didn't even really do anything. And he puts a hit on his life.
Uh-huh. So, we got, what's his name? What's the bad guy's name? Clarence, thank you. Clarence comes in and shoots Bob in the legs four times.
But first, honey, he interrupts Bob, who's having a sexy party with prostitutes.
Who's having a sexy party with models.
I'm sorry, models.
Models.
A sexy cocaine party.
I mentioned all the cocaine. All of the cocaine that got taken while writing this movie and filming this movie.
Yes.
More than likely.
And what did Clarence tell the nice young women when he asked them to leave?
Oh, Betsy. I cannot believe this was in this movie and I didn't know about it. Those of you who have listened through to a lot of our episodes, the classic XXX, my favorite line in that movie is, "Bitches come." Our man says, "Bitches leave."
Oh no!
Bitches leave.
Bitches leave.
I don't know what's better now. I might have a new favorite. My God.
I'm just going to edit it for you. I'm going to learn how to edit footage just so I can put those two lines together just for you.
Thank you, Betsy.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so they're having a cocaine party.
A sexy cocaine party.
Yes, and Clarence comes in and did you see?
A disc.
He had a disc that was a video. It was a small disc.
Yeah. So it's basically a DVD, but they kind of made it up for the future of this movie.
Sure.
Yeah.
So like CDs were a thing.
Sure.
In the 80s.
And they said,
were very early
what
on.
if we put them in a movie?
What?
Yeah, same
thing. You can actually have a video on a disc?
That's
what
crazy.
Are you talking about, Betsy?
You're crazy.
You're crazy.
No! I'm RoboCop.
But yeah, I noticed that. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Little, we're in the future moments.
Yeah.
In case you haven't remembered, this is supposed to be the future.
Right.
We have some tech that doesn't exist yet.
That was super cool.
But he puts in the disc. We find out Dick is a dick.
Yep.
And then Clarence sets a grenade with a timer on it.
With a digital clock on it that actually goes off like a digital alarm clock.
Yep, which once again blows up vastly more space than a little hand grenade would blow up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm telling you, they blew the budget on explosions.
But you know what? The shot of the explosion could have been better. Like, the outside shot where the explosion happened is just like his front door.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's because
Come on, guys.
They couldn't build a whole house and blow it up. They couldn't do a miniature.
They just had to do the facade.
They did the facade and they blew it up. That was like what my problem a lot of this movie. You could tell everything was just like sets and they didn't build much of it.
Yeah.
It was just facades and like here's an alleyway and here's a billboard and here's the outside of a building that is clearly a painting.
Sure.
It's a matte painting.
Yeah.
It was a lot of that throughout this movie.
And there were a lot of the matte paintings in backgrounds of buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, they look cool.
I suppose. Sometimes.
It was believable.
For the most part. There was some stuff that looked really,
I didn't
really
look that
phony.
closely at it. So I was in the movie, Betsy.
Again, I give it to this is just a cheesy 80s movie.
Yeah.
That probably didn't have a huge budget for the time.
Yeah.
Then we got a gunfight in the cocaine factory.
Oh my god, there's so much cocaine.
There were like barrels of cocaine.
Little vials. Little tiny vials of
Yes.
glass vials of cocaine.
Because that's
There's
how you,
got to be a better way to do that, guys.
transport cocaine.
There's got to be a better way.
It was like hand-blown glass. It was
Right.
beautiful.
Right.
Beautiful, bulbous, like, shapely glass.
Yeah, it was like a fucking, like a beaker.
Yeah.
Like a beaker of cocaine.
Yep.
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
Oh, man.
They had a shootout. He finds them. He kills a couple of the bad guys.
He kills like a dozen bad guys, but then gets to Clarence, and he almost kills him.
He like forgets himself for a minute. I don't know.
So he goes and kills about a dozen people indiscriminately.
Yep.
But then doesn't kill him, but only after he throws him through plate glass a couple of times.
As he's reciting his Miranda rights, he throws him through a plate glass window thrice.
Yep. That's not dangerous at all. You couldn't die from that.
No. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's fine. But he turns him into the cops, and then he's promptly released like 5 minutes later.
Yeah, because Dick says, "Oh yeah, the lawyers will get you out in 24 hours."
Right. But of course, not before Clarence says, "Oh, it's Dick. I'm working with Dick. He's the head of your company. He's my guy. I'm his guy." And it's all recorded because he's
recorded.
A robot.
That's right.
Trent, he's a robot and a cop, and he records things. And then we got a robot fight.
All right. Yeah. So after he turns in Clarence, he goes to the company building and goes after Dick.
He confronts him.
He confronts Dick, and we finally find the fourth primary directive.
That's right.
Number 4.
The confidential directive.
Is that you cannot harm any of the company men. The company executives.
Yep.
Let's say.
Because you are our property. We created you. You are a product.
And it doesn't matter if we're doing anything illegal. You can't bust us, essentially.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he can't destroy him. So he sicks his robot after him.
Ed 209 is back, baby.
Ed 209 is back and as awful as ever.
And we find out that Ed 209 can't really do stairs.
Ed cannot do stairs, and he squeals like a pig when he falls down the stairs. That
goes from a lion to a pig.
That was so obnoxious. So he slips down the stairs. He thinks about it for a minute. The robot thinks about going down the stairs, finally decides he's got to do it. Falls down, lands on his back.
Can't get up.
Starts squealing like a pig.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Good Lord. And of course, our hero makes a heroic escape with the help of his partner.
Yeah.
But not before being shot at about 12,000 times. None of those cops had hearing protection. They're going to have some serious lifelong problems.
They have a lot more problems than that. in that city.
I'm just pointing out they're ready to strike, Trent.
That's true.
The cops are going on strike, and they're just going to let the city be overrun by bad guys.
And they do.
And they do.
So we get our returning champions, the people who fuck up Murphy.
They get the band back together.
And they get these military-grade rocket guns.
And blow up more of the city because, again, need more explosions in this movie.
Yeah. Which, again, cool guns.
God. And then they regroup because they got to go and destroy the RoboCop.
Yeah, so
because he's not dead yet. Yeah, he can identify them.
So Dick and Clarence get together and say, "Hey, we're gonna be implementing this new Detroit, new Delta,
New Delta City or something."
They're gonna call it New Delta City instead of New Detroit or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're saying, "Hey, there's gonna be a lot of crime happening in the new city too. So guess who gets to
get in on the ground floor
to run all that." And then he calls him Richard.
Yep.
Anyway, so they give him the GPS. They don't call it a GPS because what the hell is a GPS in 1987?
No, but they've got a little screen with a dot that blinks. It blinks, and that's the RoboCop.
That's where the RoboCop is.
So we know where he is at all times.
He's at the steel mill.
Of course he is.
What kind of a steel mill has toxic waste that will do that to a person's body?
Movie ones. In Detroit.
That is the first question I had when that happened to that man.
Okay, that was horrific. His skin was melting.
He was melting.
And then he exploded when a car hit him.
Yep.
That was the most fucked up thing in this entire movie. Like, his skin was melting off his whole body.
Not all of the people getting their limbs shot off and shot 50 times.
Because here's the thing. If I give credit to anything in this movie, it's kind of the makeup.
The makeup was really good.
So right before that, RoboCop unscrews the bolts from his head and he takes off his helmet.
Yep.
And you see he's still got his face, and then he's got the back of his head is all robotics.
Yep.
And that by itself looked pretty good.
Looked believable.
It looked believable.
Even by today's standards.
Yeah, and it didn't look fake. I couldn't tell where the lines were, where it was like stopped being prosthetic and started being his real face.
Right.
So whoever made that, props to you. And they also made a man's face slouch and melt off of one side, and then his eye is like popping out, and his hands are like melting. Oh, it was fucking awful. But that was done with makeup. Those were practical effects.
Yeah.
It was horrific, and for that I say bravo.
Yes.
Because you, Mr. or Miss Makeup, you did your job. Honestly. What the fuck?
So yes, RoboCop comes to the rescue. No, he doesn't come to the rescue. he
confronts them all.
He goes to work. He goes to work, and his partner's there, and his partner gets shot a bunch.
But she's also alive.
She's also still alive.
Because you can get shot like 6 times and definitely survive.
It's the future, Betsy.
Oh my God. The future, Trent?
The future, Betsy. All the way to the year, whatever the fuck this year
We'll go ahead and say the year 2000. From 1987?
Sure.
This could be the year 2000.
Could have been the year 2000.
They never say a year. I'm going to go ahead and say it's the year 2000.
I wasn't in Detroit in 2000.
No.
So RoboCop is victorious.
Yes. Against the bad guys who tried to kill him.
Yeah.
And technically succeeded.
And he uses his little, his USB spike that comes out of his arm. It comes out of his
like
hand.
A middle finger. We didn't even talk about that. The first time it appears, he turns his hand around and it pops up out of his middle finger.
Yeah.
You're just going to get a lot of sighing from me this whole episode. Ay, ay, ay. Continue. Yeah. So, yeah, he kills the bad guy with the spike finger. And then he goes back to the corporation with the really big gun. Yep. And he takes out
another Ed 209.
New Ed 209.
Ed 2010. 210? Ed 210.
Sure.
Takes out that, goes up to the boardroom where there is yet another board meeting.
To roll out the Ed 209s.
To roll out all of the Ed 209s.
Because the cops are on strike, Trent.
Instead of RoboCop.
We need them.
Yep.
We'll have the full support of the city because all the cops are not working now. And it's a dangerous, horrible place.
So RoboCop comes in, and who's the main guy? Do we ever get his name?
The old man is just called the old man.
Is just called, really?
Look it up, Trent. I looked this up.
Okay.
He's called the old man.
Okay, old man is sitting at the head of the table, getting the presentation from Dick, and RoboCop comes in and says, "You're under arrest for all of this stuff."
No, he says, this man is suspected of crimes, or he's a suspect or something, because he knows he can't try to arrest him.
Right,
because of Directive 4.
Right.
So he sticks his little finger and uploads the video of him confessing to his crimes.
Right. Saying, I killed Bob.
Yep, I had to kill Bob.
Yeah, because of whatever. Because, again, he's recording everything. And so Dick freaks out, grabs the old man, grabs the gun that is apparently still there from the last presentation where a man was murdered.
Horribly. Very much murdered. Excessively murdered.
Takes the old man hostage and says, I want a helicopter. What is with these people taking hostages and immediately asking for things? Come on.
They've thought this through, clearly.
So he demands a helicopter, and I guess the old man is really on the ball?
Yeah.
With his orders?
Old man is sharp.
Old man says, you're fired, Dick. And immediately that little Objective 4 or whatever it's called goes away off RoboCop's screen.
It releases him from his Directive 4. And he can now take him out. And he does. And there was the shot where he falls out of the window. What's with his fucking arms?
His arms were like 8 feet long.
Yeah, I know we're doing it was like they did stop motion animation, but then superimposed his head onto it.
Right. Like they couldn't get the shot of him like on wires.
Again, we just made Die Hard that shows, spoiler alert,
a great shot at the very end.
Somebody falling at that angle from a building, from the top of a skyscraper.
Yeah. And you got a great shot of his face.
And it's him, and he's doing it. He's on wires. They figured it out with wire work.
Yeah.
This was fucking ridiculous. His arms were like 9 feet long, and then he just sort of vanishes into oblivion.
Yep.
It was and then end of movie. It
end
just
of
is,
movie.
What's your name? What's your name? My name's Murphy. End of movie. RoboCop.
Credits.
Movie's over.
Credits.
What the fuck did I just watch?
A glorious piece of filmmaking.
By Paul Verhoeven, who went on to make such movies as Basic Instinct.
Yep.
And Showgirls. And Starship Troopers.
Yep.
This man.
And True Lies?
True Lies,
yeah. And True Lies.
He made all these movies.
Uh-huh.
He also made Hollow Man, which is that Kevin Bacon movie.
Yeah.
And then, against all odds, here's a weird one for you.
Okay.
In the late 2010s, or a couple years pre-Game of Thrones, Clarice Van Houten, who plays the Red Woman.
The Red Woman.
She starred in a movie that he was in, or that he directed, called Black Book. And it's set in World War II, and she's basically a spy. And it's really fucking good. Like, actually legitimately good. Not cheesy, not supposed to be funny. It's a good movie. How did this man get from there to Black Book? I don't know. I just find it interesting that movie of his I had seen. I was like, wow, what a good director. What an interesting oeuvre he must have. And then we go back to the very beginning, and we have RoboCop.
Everybody has a beginning, Betsy.
Wow, Trent. Wow. Just wow.
Wow. I'm so glad we watched this. I'm so glad.
Listen, this, if you are looking for a cheesy, corny, action 80s movie, sign up for RoboCop. I get it. If that is your bag, you will not be disappointed.
It is a classic.
This is a stupid, over-the-top, ridiculous movie. But if that's your bag,
it's a good bag to have.
Like, there were moments I enjoyed it, but I just couldn't let myself go that much. Oh. Maybe if I were to watch it again, which, dear God, please don't make me watch this again, I would be able to just be enveloped in the stupidity more.
I want to know what they do with the sequels. Okay, so I mentioned
I do not.
I mentioned in the intro, I thought, oh yeah, there's some kind of weird drug. That's in the sequel.
Clearly.
There is a drug, a new narcotic called Nuke.
A new narcotic called Nuke.
Nuke.
And what does Nuke do?
I don't know. I just know it's called Nuke.
It's better than cocaine.
Cocaine. There's so much cocaine.
There's so much cocaine.
Oh, Betsy. That's RoboCop.
Trent, this movie was nominated and won Academy Awards.
Okay. Makeup?
No, actually.
Directing?
So, hold on.
All right.
This actually was given a Special Achievement Award. So, when I say win, and it won an Academy Award, it wasn't a competitive award.
It was granted it.
They were given a Special Achievement Award for sound effects editing.
There's a lot of gunshots.
But it was nominated for Best Sound and Best Film Editing. This movie,
I would agree
received
with that.
2 Academy Award nominations.
With those awards. There's a lot of gunshots. There's a lot of stuff happening on screen. It sounded great. It looked great. To a point.
We watched it in glorious high def.
We did.
Just for you, Trent.
We did.
Oh, boy.
Those were 2 completely different reactions.
With the same reaction.
With the same words. Which just tells you everything you need to know about the movie and us.
Our marriage. I love you, husband.
I love you, Betsy. Okay. That's it. I don't have any more to say. If you want to talk to us about Paul Verhoeven and his entire catalog, including this glorious movie, RoboCop.
This movie that we've also included.
Please email us. Tell us what you think. I really want to know. Email us at neverseenitpod@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter if you want. The Twitter handle is neverseenit_pod. Or you could also support us. Throw us some money. Click on the link in the podcast description. It'll bring up a page from anchor.fm.
We're going to need money when the divorce hits because I have to sit through too many of these movies.
We're not going to see the sequels.
No.
I'll go and watch them myself if I have to.
Knock yourself out, my darling love.
Click the link in the podcast description. Throw us a buck or two if you want. If you don't, no big deal. We'll get by. But until next time, Betsy, this has been Never Seen It.
Yep.
I am Trent.
I am lucky to be married to you.
Yes, you are.
And I'm Betsy.
And we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
I'll buy that for $1.